Okay, so hello everyone, good morning and good evening. Let me open this webstream. Okay, fine. So last class we are actually discussing about this Node.js with the routing, creation of server, HTML response, optimization of routing. Okay, so this concept we have discussed in the last class yesterday, and today we are going to start something new that's called Express.js. Okay, so let me take a notes. Okay, Express.js. Okay, so first of all, what is Express.js and why we supposed to go to Express.js? Okay, we'll do one thing. Yeah, I will start the server and then I explain what is the problem with this part and why we are switching to Express.js. Let me do npm. No, I think we have not done that, right? Nodmon space app.js. What's the problem? Oh, I need to go to the folder 14. Okay, nodemon space app.js, enter. So it loads here. Fine. So this is what we discussed yesterday, last class. Okay, fine. Okay. So if you see here in the node.js routing part, there are a lot of things which are which has to be improved. Okay, let's talk about them. Node.js. Okay, here in Node.js, the very first thing is regarding this. Where is that? Yeah, if you go to map routes, see here. We made routing for client URL for slash. We send this HTML page for a slash about this page slash services this page like that. But here, um, okay, we don't have a clear separation in the request. See, this is nothing but a client request. Okay, client request. Generally, how client and server are communicating between each other is using HTTP protocol. Okay, let's talk about that. So HTTP protocol. So client and server can communicate with HTTP protocol, and this is having various types of methods. So one is let's talk about them here. One is get method and one is post method. Mostly we use these four types. Okay, for code operations. One more is put and other one is delete. So in HTTP we have three different types of request. Okay, get request means to receive a data from server. Okay, to receive data from server, and this one to post a data to server. Okay, and this is to updates any data at server, and lastly delete. So it will use it to delete any data at server side. Okay, and we also use these same functions for different operations. Like get means you want to read operation, and this is nothing but create operation because you want to create a new record at server side, and put means update operation, and delete means delete operation. So usually four types of operations are performed. Okay, very common: read, create, read, update, delete. This is called operation. Okay, so generally four types of operations or four types of communication is happen between client and server. So every type of request we have a request URL. But in Node.js we made a client request is equal to slash about slash services slash contact. That's fine, but we are not clearly mentioned what type of request it is. We are not sure it is get request or post request or put request or delete request. What type of request it is? You are going to receive data from server or you are going to send data to server? What type of it is? Yeah, of course you can do that. You can make like request dot method is equal to get. This is how you do in Node.js. Okay, but it is something, it's not looks good, not optimized. See, we have tried full of if else conditions. Okay, if any of the if else condition is mismatched, then it leads to a lot of problems. Okay, so this is not the proper way of doing things. But in Express.js, we have a clear separation of request. For example, here I say here there is no clear separation of requests. Okay, it can be post or get or put or what. There's no clear separation here. But in Express.js, we have it because it's a library. They made functions for that. So generally, for this type of operations, we have app.get is a function. App.get with the URL is like this slash about whatever you make. So this is for a get request. You want to receive data from server in Express.js, we use app.get. So specific method, the specific function is made to identify what type of request it is and what was the parameter. And the same way, we also have a different other things, app.post for the post requests and app.put. This is for the put requests. Okay, and also here app.delete for delete requests. Okay, so we have a clear separation of functions of HTTP request will be like this in Express.js. And even not only requests, what about responses? So no clear functions support for responses as well. For responses as well, there is no clear support here, but in this Express.js library, we have it. We have it. Sir, what is that? For example, actually, what type of responses you will get? Generally, what type of response you receive from the uh, server? You will receive, I write here, clear separation of responses. Okay, you will receive different type of responses. Generally, you receive a HTML tag, just like initially we made, no, when you are discussing about Node.js. This HTML tag has been written from the server. HTML tag you written or a complete HTML page you written from the server, or you can send the most 99.99% we use JSON response. JSON response. Okay, and also we can download files from server. Okay, so we have these different type of responses has to come from the server. Okay, you may in olden days before React and Angular comes, they will send complete HTML and CSS files from server. This is almost outdated. Even what is the concept we discuss, uh, sending HTML response from the server is outdated because see here, see the browser, whatever the link you click, it's keep on refreshing to fetch data from the server. This will not happen in the Angular. Okay, so server is lightweight. It's supposed to send only JSON response and complete HTML part and the CSS DOM manipulation events. Everything can be taken by the Angular. Okay, so how to send JSON response from the server? There is no clear. Yeah, we can do this, but there is no clear separation of functions out there. For example, here we have only one function, that is the function called end function. I think you know this. For example, when you go here, see response dot end data. So this only one function is there, response dot end. This can accept string format of data. That's the reason why we made the file system dot. Just I want to send for this particular request, I want to send index.html. So there is no provision for me to provide the file name here. Okay, you need to read this as a file. You need to read this. The file has a string content, and that string content you want to provide for this function because this function only accepts a string. So you at any cost you have to convert to string and provide here. So only one function available. But in Express.js, you large list of functions. For HTML tag, you want to respond. HTML tag we have send function, not end. Remember, end is Node.js, send is Express.js. Okay. Next, you want to send a complete HTML page like this. We don't need to read like a file system and send a string data here. We have a separate file, send file. Here we can just provide the path of the file. Okay, we don't need to read like a file system and just provide the path. It send a file, whole file. And for JSON, we have it response. Yeah, I'll just make it like this. One second, change to JavaScript. Yeah, so it will be response dot send. This is response dot send file, and this is response dot JSON. You can provide an object here. Okay, you can download a file also, response dot download. So we have a clear separation for requests, we have a clear separation for responses, and we have a even not just this thing, we have a clear router also there. Okay, there is something called express router. Okay, express router configuration also there in express.js, because here it is not there. We made our own function as a router, but here there's a proper configuration for router for different paths is available. We will talk about this when you start express.js. Okay, it is available. And also I think you might have observed this, when you send a HTML as a response, when you go and open HTML, when I go and open HTML, see in this HTML, only HTML content, that's fine. But what about the CSS? You written a style tag. That's called internal styles of HTML. So you write all the HTML style for individual file. So there is no provision to take a separate CSS file in Node.js. The plain Node.js, there is no separate separate no separate CSS file for styles. Generally, we won't display data from the server in using this, but still, it's supposed to be right, because when you are developing a website, CSS should be separate, not including the HTML, right? If you are developing a complex application, okay, but that is not provided. But here we have it in Express.js. I tell you how to create our own HTML files, and also we have a static files configuration, and we also have images. Yeah, we can send images also from the server. It's a different process. You can do, but it's a highly complex setup. Okay, in Node.js, and it's very easy in Express.js for these things. Okay, and also one last thing is there is no template engine support. What is this template engine concept is, before React and Angular comes into market, this template engine concept they were using at server side of Node and Express. What is this is? This is to perform DOM manipulation at server side. Okay, you can perform DOM manipulation at server side using template engine. There are some examples like EJS, Pug, Jade. These are the template engines. Using this, we can do uh, DOM manipulation. For example, see, we are displaying the basic text, no static text. If you want to do some sort of event handling and all this at server side, we can use this to display some dynamic data. Also, we use this. Okay, so but here we don't use the .html extension, no JavaScript. We use .ejs file as a HTML representation, .pug file for HTML representation, .jade file as a HTML representation. So in these files, we have to write the DOM manipulation at server side, because this data coming from the server, because HTML is just static. So you want to include JavaScript inside, you have to use these specific files. Anyway, we are not discussing this. This is out of syllabus, and not out of syllabus, outdated syllabus, because we don't need to do this, because we have the best and most powerful framework we have is Angular. That these guys can never beat with Angular. Okay, this is just old technology. People used to do that. Okay, but I'm saying is yes, that support is also there in Express.js. Yes, template engine support is there. Okay, so due to all this, we are switching to Express.js. Okay, sir, what is Express.js? Express.js not a technology, not a language, not a framework, it is just a simple third-party module of Node.js, just like JSON Web Token, Bcrypt, like Gravatar, like that. But it is bit bigger one. Okay, so it is a Node.js. It's a Node.js npm module for creation of server-side applications. Server-side applications which runs on Node.js. Obviously, it has to run on Node.js only. Internally, Node.js is there. Fine. So this is the story behind Express.js. Why we are switching to Express.js is these many things. Okay. Now let's understand how to create Express.js server, how to do routing with Express.js, and how to even configure Bootstrap styles to the Express.js. And then slowly we will divert to JSON responses because we need even HTML with CS is also not important for us, but still I'm just showing. Okay, and then I'll tell you how to configure Bootstrap to that. The same this type of navigation only, but with Bootstrap because we can't connect Bootstrap here because separate CSS files. Okay, that possible with Express.js we can do it, and even for a real-time Angular example, that also not required. Only JSON response with REST API is important. Okay, but meanwhile you need to know the background knowledge. So for that reason, we'll discuss HTML pages with the Bootstrap. Okay, and then we'll continue to JSON responses. Okay, so first I'll do one thing. I will stop this. Okay, so let's create a new folder, fresh folder. So right click new directory 15 hyphen express js with creating server. Let's see how to create a server with express.js. So here we all know express.js is one third party module. If it is a third party module, you must have to install third party module for that particular application. So how we install third party module is npm install express. Okay, not hyphen z because I'm using express only for a particular application, not for the whole applications. Well, not all the folders, only for one, this one. Okay, and also one rule is before you are going to install any third party module for an application, you must need to have one package.json. Correct? Package.json must be required when you're dealing with third party module because we made it for all, right. Decrypt.js also one package.json, JSON web token one package.json, that way. Okay, so we also have, and how to create that is npm init hyphen hyphen yes is the command. Okay, so let me do this process and then we'll create it, and I need to take this as a notes, copy this in the this folder I create first new directory notes. In this I create new text file notes.txt. I'll paste it, this at least for reference purpose. Okay, so now let's create one server. Generally, instead of writing app.js, we will generally make that file name as server.js because generally we'll write a server side code. You can write any name, but generally we write a server side. For server file contains server.js. Let me create one JavaScript file, server. Okay, fine. Before I continue with this code, I need to have to install express.js and package.json. So let me right click on this, open in terminal. Yeah, here npm init hyphen hyphen yes. This is gonna create a package.json for us. Yeah, it's created with all the default values. That's fine. Next, after you got this, there is no dependencies. Now we have to apply dependency on express.js. So how you do? CLS npm install express, enter. So this is going to install Express.js, and Express.js also having a separate website along with Node.js. Express also having its own website. I just show you that. Express.js. Yeah, this one. This is the logo. Okay, so it is made on the platform Node.js. It runs on Node.js only. Written in JavaScript. Yeah. So when you go there, it's a Node.js application framework. Yeah, fast and unopinionated minimalist web framework for Node.js. Some marketing statement. Yeah, you install like this, and we have a huge collection of documentation. Getting started, they'll tell you how to install. Okay, how to create see npm init, and how to create a package.json, how to install express.js, and how to create express server. This is the express server creation logic. We have seen node.js way, right? HTTP create server and all. This is express server way. Okay, don't worry, we'll see that now. This is express.js website. Yeah, I don't need this actually. Okay, so express has been installed. The current version 4.17.1. See 4.17.1. Okay, now let's set. We got node modules folder. In that we have a lot of other files. Express also has been there. And go check dependencies express.js. Fine. Along with express.js, can we use the can we use .env? Because why .env means I don't want to hard code the host name port number in local. I want to keep them in a environment file. Yes, you can use that. So let's say npm install dot env. Okay, so we have seen already the .env configuration. So we'll see that one more time here. Practical. Okay, we have two modules, .env and express. Without .env you can do, but I wanted to make it a property file. Okay, so let's start without .env, and then we'll configure with .env. So first of all, how to create a server is, if you can recollect how you create a server using Node.js is, go to Node.js creating server app.js series like this. You got HTTP core module, right? From there, host name, port number, you create a server and then listen to port number. This is what you do in a regular Node.js server startup. And this is no more required now because every server will start with Express only. Okay, this is just for background information. Okay, let's start with Express now. Express will be like this. You need to import constant express is equal to require express. Okay, it's a third party module. And then after you do this, this is like a import express module. Okay, or else you can make it somewhere. Import express module, and then constant app is equal to express, call it. So I'm just calling the same express variable like a function. What is this is initialize express.js. Okay, after you import, you must have to initialize this app itself with express.js. Okay, and here we need two things. One is the host name and port number. I'm hard coding the value as of now, and later we'll convert to .env. So host name is equal to 127.0.0.1, and constant port number is equal to 5000 regular. And then so how you write is no create server, nothing required. Let's say app dot get request, app dot get slash is a request, just empty request for the server is slash. Okay, and here you have a function. This function expects two parameters. One is request and one is response. Request indicates client side data. This is server side data. We have seen this, right? Okay, fine. So when you make a slash request, just like homepage request, I need to send something. Okay, what you do is response dot send, function name is send. Okay, here I'll write a backtick, some h2 tag slash h2. I'll say welcome to Express JS. Okay, done. And after that, you have to write an extra logic to listen to port number. So let's say app.listen to the port number as well as the host name, and also one callback function. So here you can make a confirmation console.log of express server is started at http colon slash slash 127, no, it's a host name colon port number. Okay, that's it. This is a minimal Express.js server startup logic. And also here app.get function, it says unresolvable because Express is third party module. If you want to have a hint for the Express specific function, just like bcrypt and all we have done, right? Just like that, we need to download the library of Express.js for the WebStorm so that WebStorm will start supporting the hint for all the functions of Express.js. If you want to get that, simply go to file setting, just like any other third party module we made, no bcrypt, JSON, web token, the same way. So go to libraries. Yeah, we made these things. Let's make Express.js download. So you need to pick up the Express in this alphabetical order: A B C D E X X Express. Here is Express. Just click on download, installing it. Yeah. So then you get right click. I mean, you get the check mark, apply, and okay. Okay. So now you get start supporting of all the Express related functions. Callback function. That is JavaScript concept, dude. Okay, so we got this. What? So Express setup is there. So let's start the server. Okay, how to start the server is go back to terminal. Just say nodemon space server.js because previously it was app. Now we're writing the server file. So server.js, enter. So you get the message server started at this address because our controller log is that one. Okay, we got it. And when I open this link, you get welcome to Express.js normal HTML response. Okay, fine. So here a lot more things you have to understand. The very first one is, let me stop it. Tell me, how are you start Express server, right? This first tell me, how are you starting how are you starting Angular? Angular, you do ng serve command, or else you can do npm start, correct? So Angular, we are starting with ngserve or npm start. Generally, any server can be start using npm start. The node.js runner will be there. This is like npm is a command to run any script, and this start is like a script name. Okay, start command. You can do npm start. So let's forget about ngserve. Npm start. So if you do npm start, you can start the Angular server. Using npm start, we can start React server also. Using npm start, we can start our Express server also. What is that meaning of npm start actually doing is this npm start will look into one file called package.json. Okay, this npm start, when you hit enter in the command line, this is going to look for the package.json for start script. It is going to execute start script. If you want to recollect, let me open my Angular fundamentals, data binding. Yeah, here. So in package.json of Angular, when you see that, see when you see here in the scripts, start script is there, Okay, let me copy that. Okay, so in the scripts of package.json, in Angular also we have package.json. Okay, here scripts, start script is there, ng service there, hyphen o. So you can execute either this command manually or else npm start. If you do npm start, it look for the specific script called start. Whatever you written there, it executes. So indirectly, if you do this one, it is doing or it is executing this command only. So either you execute this command directly or npm start. That is also again executing this command. This is for builder. This is for tester. This is for like this. npm start, npm builder, npm tester in that way. Okay, so these are scripts. Same like that, my Express server also. First tell me, how are you starting the Express server? Node-mon space server.js. So instead of doing node-mon space server.js, can't you take that as a start script? Forget about all this, guys. Forget about all this. Yeah. So can't you take the node-mon space server.js as a start script? If you do a start script, npm start will work. Yes, exactly. You can do that. So what I do is, let me go to package.json. In this, I say, yeah, I got already. Start script is there already. Oh, how come? It's not supposed to be there, na? Okay, maybe it is created automatically for us. Yeah, I tell you. See, start script is there. Testing not required as of now. Unit testing not required. Start script, not node, node mon. If I say node, it won't restart automatically. We want to restart automatically, so that we have to use node mon. Okay. So start script node-mon server.js. So now we can execute just npm start. So let's try this one. Go to terminal. I say npm start. Enter. So see node-mon. It is executing node-mon only because we write node-mon there. Right that way. So anyway, we got the server started. You got the response back. Okay, that's fine. Okay, something more we'll see with this. Okay, we know how to start server. Actually, we start from where? How to start server? We start from node space app.js. Then node-mon space app.js. Now how to start? npm start. If you do a script there in package.json. Okay, that way. Okay, and let me take this setup also in our notes. Okay, now let's do something else with this, because as per our discussion, we need different type of responses, right? HTML tag response, complete HTML page response, and JSON response, download files response. Okay, let's see all these things in the same here. Okay, so what is this one? For a HTML tag as a response, see, only HTML tag will send as a response. Same that way, complete HTML page as a response. Let's see how. Let's make something here. Let's say complete HTML page as response. So how I do is, yeah, you have to make some different path for that. Okay, app.get request, app.get slash, let's say home. That's my path. I need to get the home page as a response. So you write request response. Okay, so here app.get slash home. I think it got stuck. It's supposed to be blue color and this supposed to go. It's correct only, but my webstorm got stuck, it seems. That's fine. So I need to get the complete HTML page as a response. So how to do? You need to have HTML page now. Let me grab one HTML page. Where is that? Somewhere we'll get from here. Okay, this guy. No, not this one. This one. yeah, which contains everything. No, let's copy ye wala HTML file. Copy this file. Okay, I have to send that as a response. So I'm gonna keep it somewhere on the global level, index.html. Okay, and let's make this as express.js, and we'll come to express.js. Okay, so we got an HTML file. I tell you how to externalize this in a moment. So we got HTML file. How to send response that file. Generally, Node.js how to do fs.read file, and all you have to do, you have to read like a file system and send a response. Instead, we have a direct function in Express.js, that is send file, and you have to give the path of the file. So I'll just import a path module. Path is equal to require path module, just to give the path of what happened. Actually, so I said right, it got stuck, it seems. Here it is gone, here it is gone, here it is gone. Okay, some problem happened with WebStorm, it seems. If I close and open, still constant variable without initializer not allowed. We initialize the data, it's still having some problem. Oh, okay. What we do? Can we restart once? It's correct only, but some problem with WebStorm got stuck, it seems. Yeah, let me stop the server. Let me restart. Why this guy gets stuck like that? Close it. Okay, just wait for 2 minutes. So my system is busy, it seems. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, it's starting. Mhm. Okay. Okay, it's back to original. We got all the colors. Path no error. Yeah, fine. It's working. Okay, so let me give that here. So when I request for slash home, I want to get the a page. So response dot send file. See, we get a function also. Send file. Here you have to give path dot join. Give the file name. So underscore directory name, comma index dot html, because all on the same path. Fine. Let me start the server. So how to start? Cd space, I think 15 tab, npm start. This will start with nodemon server.js. Yeah, it started. Go check. Yeah. So how you test it is simple. When you make empty slash, you get the response like this. This is what empty slash. Okay. And when you send slash home, you get the whole HTML page. So let's say slash home. I got the whole HTML page as a response. That's fine. Now the very important thing is I want to send a JSON data as response. Okay. For example, our GitHub, right? We got we got this one. We got this as a response. So I need the same setup as a response from my Express server. So how you do? Let me copy this. Copy this. So I create an object here. Let user is equal to I paste an object. So we have this response. Assume this data has been getting from database. Okay, it is made from database, but I just hard code data because we have not learned the database thing, right? So I hard code this data. Fine. So this data has formed its server, and this I want to respond back. Whoever send a request, what type of request, what is the path of request? I say app dot get request. All get request only as of now. I say slash user. Okay. When I make a slash user, I need to respond with that JSON data. So I just make request and response. So I do here response dot. There's a function separate called JSON. Okay. So JSON, I'll provide my user object. ये जो user है ना, the same user object I have provided here, so that whenever you send a request to the express.js for slash user, you will get the whole JSON response. Let me check now. So we tested this. Close it. We tested empty slash HTML response, tag response, slash home, HTML page response, and slash user. You get JSON response. Okay, that's fine. It's not properly ordered. That's okay. No issue. At least we got the JSON response from the our own Express server. Okay, and this data you read and however you want, you can use it at the client. Okay, and one more thing is you can download a file also. Okay, from server side you can download a file. So how you download a file is, let's say, okay, for download a file from Express server. So let's say app dot again get request to fetch data from server, right? Yeah, I just say download some name you write. Okay, not only download, you can give any name. Here you write um, request and response, request and response. Okay, so I want download a file. How to do? Response dot download is a function. Okay, but here you have to give the path of the file, which file you want to download. I'll do one thing. Let me grab my Angular 10 batch. Yeah, this one. Copy. I will paste it in my local. Okay, bigger name. Just say Angular. Alright. Okay, we can't refactor like that. Okay, let me change the file name. Just say Angular. Angular.pptx. That is a file name. Copy. Refactor. Yeah, this file I want to download. When you click on, when you enter this path. Okay, so I'll do path dot join underscore directory name comma angular.pptx. Okay, so when you enter this path, this file will get download on your browser. Let me try. Go back. Let me test all in one shot. Empty slash html response slash home page response complete html page response user json response and download. See, one ppt got downloaded, right? That way. So now we clearly understand how to make a HTML, I mean, how to create a Express server and also how we get different responses. Now, one more thing, I want to incorporate another one that is .env module because I don't want to hard code these type of things in real time. You have to keep them inside a configuration file. Let's configure that step now. So what I do is I create one folder called config for configurations purpose. From which location file is downloaded? Server, not that one. This is the server side. You can keep anywhere. You can keep downloads folder also. So server side folder it get download. You just have to give the path of the file at server side. Okay. Yeah. So config folder, I create one file, new file config config.env. Okay. Fine. So here I'll mention two things. One is the host name. Okay. Let's say like this: express underscore host name is equal to 127.0.0.1, and port number, let's say express underscore port is equal to 5000. Okay, I need to externalize these guys. Okay, and let me configure .env to read this data. So how to read that? First you have to import. First you have to import constant constant what .env is equal to require .env, just like this one in .env we configure na here .env.config, same story, and we read like this. Okay, so let's make it yeah. So let's configure.env. Let's say .env.config. You have to give the path of the file. So let's say path will be dot slash config folder slash config dot env. That's my file name. Okay, so once you have configured this, you can read it using the process. Let's copy. So this you can replace with process.env.express hostname and also the port number. Copy that. I go here process.env.port number. So this way you will configure. So you will externalize the details credentials here. Okay, that is .env. And let me try now. Go back to this. It's already started. Oh, okay. CLS, yeah, npm start again. See, it is started. It detects all the numbers because that numbers are here. Okay, that's fine. One more thing. What is that? Is sir? What about important thing? Okay. What about separate style sheet? See, when I take this HTML, na, where was HTML? Yeah, index.html, right? So for index.html, when I go inside, go here, see all style sheet here. Sir, I want to externalize that. So how it's possible? Yeah, it's possible. How? You can create something called a public folder. Generally at server side, any public files, any static files like images, uh, the CSS files, we keep in public folder generally. So I create the public folder. Even in Angular also we have public folder which contains index or HTML and some static files. Okay, that way public folder. In that I create one file called one CSS styles.css. Okay, so what I do is I will cut all the styles. I'll keep in style.css. Okay, now what I do, I don't need to write a style tag like this. Let me externalize the styles. How to do is link tag. I say public folder slash style.css. Fine. So simple thing I made, instead of writing the styles here, I take into style.css. I given the path properly here. See, we click on this, goes to there. Fine. But this will not work just like that. Okay. Let's see what is the problem. Now go is already started. Yeah. So go here. What is the path to get the HTML? Path is slash home. Okay. I'll say now slash home. Enter. What you got? What you got? You got a HTML, but CSS styles has not received. Correct? Only HTML part has come, but no style sheet has come. Sir, what is the problem here? Why? Because we have configured, no, in HTML we configure the style.css, but styles is not applied. No style. See, background color light blue, where is that? And font family something not there, text center not there, nothing is applied. Okay, I tell you. See, in Express.js, what is the thing you made? Whenever when client is requested for slash home requester, you need to respond to him with index.html. So that is made. But inside the index, you're also configured style.css. So your Express.js doesn't have any information about this guy, any information about style.css. That's why it is not displayed. So in server side, you must have to configure this static files path. So how you configure the static files path in Express.js to detect for specific HTML pages is in a different page. Just one extra line you have to add for configuration. I can show you something called, yeah, here, static files. You can write like this, express.static, some options. Otherwise, I show you the perfect one. Yeah, like this, app.use slash static, this one. Okay. So, but we have public folder, we can write this one. So copy this, extra configure static files path. How you do is app dot, I have to paste. So just say slash public folder. Okay, as a public. So if you write this line extra, it detects what are all the files available in the public folder are static files. Those can be served automatically wherever you configure in the HTML location. Okay, so if you add this extra line, now check, go, send request again, you got styles back. Okay, and we have a separate style sheet. You change something, orange red, you get orange red. Okay, that way. Okay, that's fine. And light salmon. Okay, fine. So this is an example of creation of Express server. Now let's see, and we also understand how to give a separate style sheet, right? So now let's start with the very interesting concept of this class today is express routing, express routing with Bootstrap. So we'll make a simple Bootstrap application and complete routing with Express.js. We'll see that. And here you understand how to make routing with Express.js. Okay, so let's start with that part. Okay, let me do from scratch. So in this, I'll be using Express.js. I'll be using Express.js. I'll be using .env for configuration, and also we are using Bootstrap. Okay, so let's start. And also we are using Express routing concept inside. Okay, so let's create the fresh one. I think I have to stop it. Okay, let's create a fresh folder, new directory 16 hyphen express hyphen what routing Bootstrap. Okay, so first of all, what you do, you need to create the package.json and also create one JavaScript server.js. And let me create a package.json, open terminal. Let's say npm init hyphen yes, enter. You will get the package.json, and then let me install express.js, npm install express, and also I install .env. So both you can type as it is, enter. So n number of modules you want to install together, just give space and name, specify the name of the module. So all those modules will be installed automatically for your application. Okay, so it's done. Now check, we got node modules folder, package.json, server.js, fine. And also in package.json, start script, test not required. You want, you can remove it. Start script, I want to be node mon. because I want to automatically restart. Server.js because I'm going to write code in server.js. Fine. And next, server.js, write a configuration of server. So let's say, mm, yeah, just like that. Constant express is equal to require express. Okay. And constant app is equal to require, not require, express initialize. I also make .env configuration. .env is equal to require .env. Okay, and let's make the .env configuration also here. I create new directory config folder. I create one file config.env. Let's say express underscore host name 127.0.0.1 and express port number is equal to 5000. Done. And then we have to configure that step here. So let's say configure what? Configure .env. So what you do here is .env .config. Let's give the options, that is path /config folder /config .env. Okay, and then let's get the hostname port number. So hostname is gonna be uh, process .env dot the one which you have made here. Okay, and the constant port number is equal to process .env dot same thing, express port. Yeah, this way you make it due to .env. And also let's make a basic setup app.get. As of now, app.get slash for empty requests. Let's see the server startup and then we'll configure the styles and all. So here I say request response. So I'll say basic dummy response, send, just say welcome to welcome to express, what I'm doing, express server. And then let's say app dot listen to the port number. So port number and the host name and also one callback. Let's say console.log of backtick express server is started at something http // hostname port number. Done. So it's made. Yeah. So basic server setup is made. No HTML configuration. We'll do it in a moment. Let's start the server. And how to start server is in package.json we made a script called start. So we can do directly npm start. So go to terminal, run the command npm start. It starts Node.js server. Let me select. Yeah, I got the default to this one. But in the place of this one, I want to be a complete HTML page. Okay, if you can recollect, if you want to connect to Bootstrap, if you want to connect to Bootstrap, you need to, you supposed to have a collection of files. Okay, the collection of CSS files required and the collection of JS files also required. Okay, so what CSS files required? One is bootstrap.css and mdb.css and also style, so your own style.css. Okay, that one. If you want to give font awesome icon, one more is required, font awesome also. If you want some icon, so font awesome.cs also required. And for JavaScript files also required to use the JavaScript nature of Bootstrap. One is jQuery.js and one is popper.js and one is bootstrap.js and one more I'm using mdb.js. So these are the files you have to connect to the your HTML. So first of all, where do you keep all these files in Express.js repository? I mean Express.js project, where you keep all the files. All these files belongs to static files. You keep them in a public folder. Okay. So let's do one thing. Let's do one thing. I create a public folder, new directory, public folder. Okay. So in this public folder, I create a bootstrap with all the files. I already have a collection of all these files. Let me grab them. I think somewhere I have desktop. Do we have bootstrap? No. I go to here somewhere bootstrap. Yeah, I have bootstrap folder. We have the CSS font awesome everything. Let's grab this bootstrap folder, copy. I'll give you this file, okay? In the public folder, I paste it because downloading individual it takes a lot of time. So just we have already collection of files, so we'll keep the whole folder setup as it is. Okay, so now it's done. So we got all the files in this location. So let me write our HTML files. And also where you create HTML files. Yeah, I tell you the path now. I tell you the folder structure. Public folder for what? Public folder for static files. Okay. And then views folder for HTML files. The view specific presentation purpose. Server.js is the main server file. Okay. And also for routing purpose, I create router folder or routing folder, whatever. I create for routing logic. Anything else? Yeah, we have package.json for configuration of app. Okay, that's it. And node modules, we know all the library of the files. We can say node underscore. This won't with this we won't create. Sushma, yeah, yeah. Sorry, I lost the internet connection and I lost the power. Okay, still I'm using mobile data, but I'm not sure. Is my voice is clear? Hello? Hello.
Now it is better, Naveen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, fine. Yeah, thank you. So where we are? Where we are? Okay, okay. Node modules for npm modules path. That's fine. Anyway, we don't create this. Okay. So we got public folder. We have all the styles, and let's create views folder. Okay. So let's create a new directory called views folder. In that, I want to create one HTML. HTML index. Okay, let's make express. And also, I don't want this setup. I want the bootstrap specific, like uh, what is that called? The responsive meta tags. Yeah. If you want that thing, just simply delete this setup. Just do exclamation tab. Okay, the proper HTML setup will come. I repeat, previously when you create normal HTML you get this setup, but here no meta tags are there, and don't even by heart meta tags. Delete everything, exclamation tab, you got everything, right? This viewport and all fine. Let's make express js, and here I write link tag. So first is let me connect the font awesome. So dot slash public folder slash bootstrap folder slash css folder slash font awesome, and same way I need bootstrap.css. I need what is this one? Mm, mdb.css. I also required style.css. Done. And in the last, you have to configure the bootstrap JS files, JS files configuration. Okay. So let's say script src dot slash. I think it's public folder slash bootstrap folder slash JS folder slash jQuery. Okay, jQuery, and one more is popper, and one more is क्या है? Bootstrap, and lastly this is mdb done. Okay, let me try this now. Let's make a bootstrap uh, something bootstrap logic, and we will test it, is it really working or not. Okay, let's take a simple button with a class btn minus success, and btn minus sm, let's say login something. Okay, so I want to respond this html file instead of instead of this one. So what you do, instead of this path, let me import one more, that is constant path. I have to give the path of the file, so let's say require path module. Okay, so let's say here respond dot send file, path dot join underscore directory name. I think you have to give the proper path. It is inside what, in the, I'm in server.js, right? In server.js straight views folder index. Okay, so let's say views folder index.html. Okay, so when I request for empty slash, you get the home page. Let me check that out. Go save it, go check it out. If I refresh, I got a button, but I have not get the styles. Why? Oh, I missed one thing. You have to configure the static files path. It's not done. Let's make the static files path, because we have seen, right, external style sheet. You need to configure the static files path. So configure static files path. So simply, actually, what we have done is last class express server.js. ये वाला same thing. Copy this, paste it, public folder. So if you have done this, now go send a request again. You got a button. That's Bootstrap configured. Okay, let's make a proper nav bar and also routing. Yeah, I tell you. For example, homepage is like this, right? I want to configure the proper routing. Okay, what is the routing you're gonna make it? I want to make a routing, and that too, how to make routing with Express.js is, we don't need to write every routing logic here, because previous example we write app.get everything here, but you're not supposed to do that. You can make the complete routing with separate folder, separate setup. So how that possible is like this. I can say separate folder, not there, here. I create a separate folder called router. In that, I create one JavaScript, that is API router, some API router. So here previously what we do, map routes and our own function, right? But here it is little different with Express.js. So constant express is equal to require express. Okay, like this. And then constant router. We have a router in Express.js. Okay, express dot capital router, like a function. Okay, you can write all the routing logic here, all the routing URLs here, and finally you export module dot exports is equal to router. Okay, it means your app.get, you cut it, you keep it here. But now it is no more app.get, it is router.get. This is router.get request. Okay, simple. And how can I configure this file over there? Simple. You can just write configure router. How to configure is just say app.use just for every slash empty request carry forward to my API router. How to get require dot slash router folder slash API router. So any request which is coming, it starts from slash, convert them to API router. So this is the best configuration because in real time, what will be there is you'll have different modules. Let's say slash user slash slash login, okay, and slash admin slash login, okay, like that. So you have user module separate, admin module separate, and like customer module separate slash customer slash login. So you have different modules and different paths. So how you configure them is like this. You can make separate router for a employee module, separate router for customer module, like that, and you can configure them for this path. So here also login, here also login, here also login. So how you make differentiate is this one, slash user slash login, admin slash login, customer slash login. And where you configure is this, you will configure to user router, okay. So this you will configure to admin router, and this customer is there now, this you can configure to customer router. So this way. And where you do the configuration is here in the server.js. Yeah, here I made only slash. You can make all other router configuration here, and you can just make that router name. Okay, as of now just empty. We'll see this part when we start with REST API. Okay, done. Next, we got slash for home page, index page, but I don't recommend this index page. Path is not defined. Oh, okay, okay. Actually, it's gone the path because path is not defined. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I use the path, but I'm not import. So constant path is equal to require path. Okay, then you get the error. Yeah, no such file or directory because we moved to router folder. Na? I mean the logic we moved to router folder. Na? So views folder not inside router folder. Same well-known error. So you have to give extra is dot dot, because as per the router folder you have to look for the index file. You come out from the router folder, then you see views folder, then you see this file. So go check. Yeah, we got it. Now let's make nice navbar there. In this, let's start with a nice navbar and all the links. So just like previous, we want one like home page, one contact page, like that. Okay, let's start with main navbar. Okay, so let's say nav tag. Let's give the class call navbar, navbar dark, what's navbar dark, pg dark, uh, navbar expand sm. Yeah, in that one container, one anchor tag, href just slash, give the class navbar brand. Let's say express routing. You can do express routing. Refresh. Yeah, we got it. Navbar express routing, and I want multiple links as well. Okay, so let's do that here. Let's write one UL tag. No. I need to have one division, one collapse, collapse, navbar collapse in that UL LIA. So anchor tag with slash for the home page. Give the class nav link. So home page, and here also classes little class. I think now bar nav. This is the class nav item. Let me give little space px3. Okay, home page. So let's make multiple home page. About page, service page, contact page. Okay, four enough. So about page, this is services page, and this is contact page. Okay, now check, you got it. And home page, I want to have a nice landing page. Yes, of course you can do it. Okay, let's take landing page because you need to know how to send images also from the server. Landing page, simple, you have to keep in a public folder. Okay, but which file? Go to somewhere, D drive, workspace. I go to YouTube workspace, same one. Bootstrap for training, travel Yari, hippie mobiles, dashboard. Yeah, I get this. Images, something different one. Okay, this one. I want this image in the background. So copy, go to the public folder. Public folder, I create a new file called images. I paste it. This one image. Okay, yeah. So now you have to write a division in that with the class called landing, some name, and one wrapper, one other division, and then one h1 tag. Let's say welcome to Express server. Okay, let's add p.leader. Let's say lorem 50 tab, not 50, just make 10 tab. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, let's make the styles. And where you write is my own style.css somewhere here. You have many, so let's make that also. Dot landing page. Let me give the background. White URL dot slash. Not that one. Dot slash images folder slash bg image. So no repeats. Scroll center. You got image, and let's stretch background size cover, and let's make it height 100 vh. Let's make some what? Let's make one what this wrapper background color RGBA 0.5 or 8. Okay, let's make it fully height 100%. Okay, fine. This looks good. And the text you want to keep it center. That we can do with Bootstrap. Okay. Here, let's give the class called dflex flex column and text align center, text center, align item center, justify content center, height 100%. So horizontally, vertically, everything center. Okay, but what about the color? Color you can take white. Just say text white. Okay, but it looks very simple one. Okay, yeah. These many styles actually not required, but I'm just doing display 3. Okay, that's fine. Okay, enough. This is your home page. Okay, and about page and all simple way we do. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's copy this index, paste it again. This is about.html. In the about page, I only make navbar and all fine. In place of landing page, I'll do some okay, one section with okay. Can we write the jumbotron of Bootstrap? Oh, net is bit slow. Go to jumbotron. Can't we do? Because if you're doing it, should be perfect example. Okay. So Components. I need a jumbotron. Yeah, this one I want. So copy that. I'll keep the jumbotron somewhere in the container, or else I keep the jumbotron. Content will be in the container. Okay, let's check. But about page you can't see. Can you do one thing? Can we make the pages first? Then we understand how to do this. Okay. Otherwise, let's say lorem 30 tab. Okay, these are all just fine. Okay, this is just what about us. Okay, and let's do one thing. Let's copy the same story about us. I copy, I paste again. This is something called services. I make a heading to be our services. Services. Let's make some other paragraph. Let's say lorem 40 tab. Okay, and one last one. Copy this, paste it, contact.html. I make something called, let's say, contact us. Okay, and let's make this as lorem 50 tab, something. Okay, so I got this setup. So let's check and how you configure them. Because when I click on home, home has got. If you click on about, nothing is there. Okay, because we have not made it. Oh, I made a mistake, man. If I click on about, also home page is coming. Why? Because I made everything slash. No, no, no. Slash about slash services slash contact. This is the way. Okay, replace everywhere. Copy the complete URL, save it. Okay, here also now what to be, because it's not a Angular to keep only one copy. Okay, it is React. Sorry, it is Express.js. You have to do a copy paste. Okay, done. Now check. Home page is there. About page. Yeah, we got slash about, but no, nothing has configured for the get request of about. Nothing is there. Yes, done. Let's make go to API router. Yeah, slash is home page. Copy that. Let's make it for home page. This is how you write a configuration of router. Home page, about page, service page, contact page. About will be slash about. This is about.html. Okay, and this is services slash services. This is services.html. This is contact slash contact. This is contact.html. Okay, fine. That's it, right? Home, about, service, contact. Fine. Let's check. Go back here. Go to home page. You get this. So home page, about page. Yeah, you got about us, services, contact. So services, about us, contact, home. This also home. Okay. See, you see the page refresh. That's what server side. Okay, so we made a successful routing with Bootstrap, but this not supposed to happen when you're dealing with Angular or React. Okay, this can be done with Angular. Sorry, only data has to be sent. I know how to bind it to on the HTML. Only JSON response you have to send. Okay, so yeah, so enough for this. Okay, because no proper lighting in my room. Okay, so I do one thing. Enough for today's class. Tomorrow we'll start with REST API. Okay, so how to develop a REST API, and using this REST API, we will develop an application for complete cloud operations. Okay, so that is our big basket. Big basket application. We'll see only backend part and how to test the backend part also. I tell you using the either Postman or Insomnia. Okay, so what is REST API, how to perform code operations, and how to receive the form data in Express.js, and how to develop an application called Big Basket backend. Same Big Basket backend will connect with the front end. Okay, and how to test the backend, and using these guys. Okay, okay, so this part we will continue tomorrow. Let me copy this. Go to notes. Where is notes? Notes. Array, notes is done there. Okay. I create new directory notes. In that I create a file called notes, not boats, notes. Note.txt and then paste. Done. So tomorrow we'll start with REST API. So hardly 3-4 days. Okay. So REST API once we finish, then we will connect to database, MongoDB, table creation, configuration, everything. And then we'll connect Big Basket with MongoDB done. Then we'll come back to Angular again, and from then Angular backend starts. Every example backend also will be there. Okay, mostly. Right, fine. That's it. Thank you so much, and we'll meet tomorrow. Thank you.